And a very good afternoon, everyone, as we welcome you to Collinsville Middle School here in the outskirts of Collinsville, if you will. I am Todd Duke, and we're glad that you're with us here on the K-Hawk Sports Network as we bring you another Collinsville Middle School baseball game. Matter of fact, there's two games going on out here today. We have the baseball game right here on the YouTube channel, and for those of you that are interested in watching the girls' softball game, that is on our Facebook page. So the YouTube channel, K-Hawk Sports Network, and the Facebook page, K-Hawk Sports Network. You can find two games at the exact same time, and Chris Kettler is over at the other end, and we promise that we're going to text each other updates for these games that we're doing, so when there's a score over there, I will let you know about it as we get ready for the Collinsville Middle School Trailblazers taking on the Edwardsville Middle School Wildcats. I'm Todd Duke, in case I didn't mention that before, and a very good afternoon to you as we welcome you to a very cloudy but hot and humid day, about 83 degrees, but the humidity and the dew point is way up there, so we do have a little bit of heat to deal with. In the meantime, we will get you set up for this game. After a quick break, we'll come back and we'll pass the starting lineups for both teams to you next on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a K-Hawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' K-Hawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-632-1010. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville, online at fnbwaterloo.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
And once again, welcome back to Collinsville Middle School. I am Todd Duke. We're getting you ready for this middle school game, varsity style, between the Collinsville Middle School Trailblazers and the Edwardsville Wildcats. Of course, the Trailblazers are the home team. They will be out on the field right now, and they are dressed in their gray trousers with a little bit of a mixture of maroon, gray, and white on the jerseys, and they have the big maroon caps on with the big C on the front. When you see Edwardsville come out, they also are wearing gray trousers, and they have the bright orange shirts with blue numbers on the backs, and can't tell right now. Looks like blue baseball caps. A lot of them are out here with helmets on, trying to get ready for this first inning. So here we go with the Edwardsville lineup. Leading things off will be Lucas Krebs. He'll play shortstop, bat first. Batting second is the pitcher, Bryce Pryor. Playing third base and batting third is Joe Shiroto. Playing first base and batting in the cleanup spot will be Tyler Powell. Batting in the 5-hole and playing center field is Alex Schmidt. We do have a DH for both teams here this afternoon. Connor Alman is the DH for Edwardsville, and he'll be batting for the catcher, Nolan Curry. Batting in the 7 spot, Mason Holmes. He'll hold down second base. In left field and batting 8th is Owen Mailer. And in right field, batting 9th, is Noah Harper. For Collinsville, when they come up in the bottom of the first, you'll find Lucas Owen leading off. He'll be playing center field. Carson Perrell batting second. He'll be behind the plate. Braden Donaldson over at first base, batting third. Henry Sterneman playing shortstop and hitting in the cleanup spot. Devin Walker is batting fifth and playing left field. Renzer Hartman is the designated hitter for Collinsville Middle School. He'll be playing for Carter Hayden, who is playing third base. Braden Hinson gets the start on the mound. He bats 7th and is the pitcher. Tyler Huntbringer is playing second base and batting 8th, and Brody Martinez is in right field and batting 9th. We are just about ready to go. Here is Lucas Krebs coming up to the plate. He'll play shortstop, and the tall right-hander for Collinsville, Braden Hinson, is on the mound. He'll peer into his catcher peril, into his windup, and the first pitch on the way, and we are underway, and it's a little bit low and inside. Defensively for Collinsville Middle School, Walker in left field, Owen in center, Martinez is in right field. We'll give you the infield after this next pitch. And a swing and a foul ball back here over our heads. Watch out there, girl. Oh, laid it right next to her. She's on the phone, not paying attention, and it almost hit her by about a foot. So 1-1 the count. On the infield, Hayden is over at third base. Sterneman's at shortstop. Huntbringer is at second. Donaldson's at first. And we already told you Braden Hinson is on the hill, and he is being caught by peril. Here comes the 1-1. Swinging a high fly ball out to the outfield. This is over Walker's head and all the way against the wall. Walker broke in first, and that ball was well over his head, so he misjudged that one right off the bat. And it's a leadoff double for Lucas Krebs. I failed to get the record for Edwardsville or their head coach's name. My fault. On the other side, for Collinsville, they come in 1-9 and are coached by Zach Corey. Here is Bryce Pryor, the pitcher, batting from the right side here for Edwardsville. One runner on, leadoff double. Working from the stretch is Hinson. Here's the pitch. A little high and outside, ball one. Very cloudy, overcast day here. We understand not too far to the north, it's in the 50s. Crazy weather. Denver the other day saw, 101 for a high, and 3 days later they had an inch of snow on the ground. Kind of strange. Chance for the shortstop. Nice snag by Sterneman. Throws over and took Donaldson off the bag a bit, and then the ball goes to the fence, and that is going to allow Krebs to come all the way around and score. So error on the play by the shortstop Sterneman on the wide throw that took Donaldson off the bag. No RBI for Pryor, but it is 1-0 in favor of Edwardsville, as we have Joe Shiroto up to the plate now. He plays third, bats third, and a pop-up on the infield. Going back for it is Sterneman in the outfield grass, just barely off the dirt, and he makes the catch for out number one. So one away, and you know what? I got a scoreboard working now, too. I just can't find a way to get it to shrink. And so, therefore, it's looking like a little bit of a box up there in the corner. Usually I have a long score bug up at the very top or the very bottom of the screen, but I can't figure out how to get that part taken care of. Swinging a foul ball out of play off of the bat of the next batter. That's Tyler Powell. He'll play first base when Edwardsville gets out there on defense, and he bats in the cleanup spot. Runner at second base is Bryce Pryor. He's there after reaching on an error. So the first run is unearned. And the 0-1 pitch to Powell on the way. Swing and a miss. Have a field of sunflowers out beyond the outfield fence. Makes for a nice view, especially on a nice sunny day. Those things are bright. Next pitch. That one's a little low. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Tyler Powell with Alex Schmidt, the center fielder, waiting on deck. 1 out, 1 run already in. Bryce Pryor over at second. Gets his lead. And he's off and running. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Batter's down on strikes and a stolen base for Pryor. That will bring up Alex Schmidt. 2 outs in the inning. Runner at third base. Schmidt plays center field. Bats fifth. Hinson, he's ready to go. Here's the pitch. That one hits the outside corner for a called strike one. My phone tells me that K-Hawk Sports is now live. So Chris Kettler is on over there on the other side of this little sports complex. Called strike 2 on the outside corner again to Alex Schmidt. And Hinson trying to get out of this inning with just the 1 run scored. Maybe he can finish with back-to-back strikeouts. We'll find out. Here's the pitch. swinging a little slow roller. Second baseman Huntbringer is over there. He has it. And over to first base for the out. And the inning comes to a close, but not before Edwardsville scores one run. It was unearned on one hit. There was an error an error in the inning, and there was one runner left on base. We head now to the home half of the first inning. Collinsville Middle School coming to bat for the first time next on the K-Hawk Sports Network. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the area. And the food, all created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials, including patio service and curbside pickup. Get yourself a bottle or a growler to go, or dine on their patio where you can hear live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Don't forget about Old Herald's open mic night the second and last Tuesday of every month. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or call 855-8027. Back here at Collinsville Middle School, I am Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on a Thursday afternoon. Got some baseball action for you since we don't have any high school sports that we can really live stream in this year of COVID. Football, volleyball, and soccer all got pushed to spring. We have thought about trying to get out and do some tennis, but they're in that cage, and I don't know if it works out because the chain link fence, which you cannot see right now because I have my camera leaning up against the fence, and the lens itself is poking through a hole, so you don't see any chain link, but the chain link fence around the tennis court at Collinsville High School is a much smaller variety of chain link, and I don't know if I could do that. We'll try to see if we can do something later. All right, leading things off here is Lucas Owen, the center fielder for Collinsville, and he'll look at one inside from Bryce Pryor. The last game we did against Millstat last week, Owen went 0 for 1, but he had 3 walks and he scored a couple of runs. Next pitch from Pryor on the way. This one's low. Ball 2. Thank you, dear. 0-2 pitch on the way to Owen. Stays low, 3-0. Next delivery inside, walked him on 4 straight. Collinsville has a base runner right off the bat. And that will bring up Carson Perrell, the catcher. Carson, in that game we did against Millstat, went 2 for 3 with a couple of base hits, an RBI, and a run scored. Here's the first pitch, and that's the first strike thrown by Pryor. Taking all the way was Perrell, and after you deliver 4 straight pitches to the leadoff man, you make him throw you a strike before you swing. Owen leads off of first, and a throw over there by Pryor. Back in time as Powell puts on the tag late. Defensively for Edwardsville in the outfield, Mailer is in left, Schmitz in center, Harper is in right. We'll do the infield after this next pitch by Pryor. That one's strike called on the inside corner. On the infield at third base is Shiroto. Krebs is at shortstop, Holmes at second, Powell, as we mentioned, at first base. Bryce Pryor on the hill, and Curry behind the plate. There's another throw over to first base. Back in safely is Owen. A leadoff walk to Lucas Owen. He stands down there, nobody out. And the next pitch on the way to Perrell. Almost hit him. Runner goes. Throw down to second base is not going to be in time. Each team now with a stolen bag here in this first inning. One and 2 the count to Perrell. Runner at second base. Owen gets his lead. Here's the pitch. That one stays high. I believe we'll have a couple more baseball, softball doubleheader thing going on next week on Tuesday when Highland comes to town to play some softball and some baseball. Next pitch, swinging a fly ball. This one is in shallow right field. Harper is underneath it, and he has it for out number 1. Here is Braden Donaldson, the first baseman for Collinsville. He received a bunch of free passes in that game against Millstadt. He was officially 0 for 1 with 3 walks. Tying run down at second base. Here's the first pitch to Donaldson. Inside. Ball 1. Little bit of a breeze, not much. As Pryor is ready with the next to Donaldson. That one stays low. Ball 2. 2-0. 1-0 in favor of Edwardsville. We're in the bottom of the first. Next pitch. Swinging a foul ball back here to the screen, and it falls harmlessly down, but shakes my camera enough. Now you can see a piece of the chain link fence. I don't have the lens exactly through the fence because that would be really dangerous. Swing and a miss. Next delivery on the way. Swinging another foul ball. This one seems to be heading toward the Edwardsville dugout, and it lands right in it. Oh. Well, see, I messed with it too much, didn't I? 2-2 the count. Next pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen again. See if I can get that fixed. Well, went from one side to the other, didn't I? Here's a throw to second. That one, I thought for a minute was going to go high and end up in the outfield, but turns out to be right on target. Next pitch. Strike 3, and Donaldson goes down on strikes. Two away. Well, I just can't seem to get that right now. Okay. Looks like it's going to stay that way until the next foul ball hits the screen. A little chin music there. This is Henry Sturdman. He's the shortstop. He did not play in that game against Millstadt. Runner on at second base, 2 down. Collinsville trying to tie it up here in the first. That was a breaking ball that was heading right for Sturdman's head and then broke inside and hits that corner, and that's a called strike. 1-1 the count to Sturdman with Devin Walker waiting on deck. Lucas Owen stands at second base, ready to come around to score on a base hit. That one comes inside, and that was a little closer to Sturdman. Next pitch. Swinging a foul ball back here. Lands right behind us. If I don't lean the camera up against the fence, you see a lot more chain link, so that's why we have it leaning up against the fence like that. Softball last week took a foul ball right into the camera position and knocked it backwards. Here's the 2-2, swing and a miss, and catcher Curry drops it and has to throw it down to first base, so back-to-back strikeouts after a leadoff walk by Pryor, and we head now to the top of the second inning, and Edwardsville still leads this by a score of 1-0. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the KHawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the KHawk Sports Network and KHawkSports.com.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys' haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, "The usual?" So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Once again, welcome back to Collinsville Middle School. I am Todd Duke, and we are underway here in inning number 2. A pitch outside. As Connor Ullman, the DH, will lead things off here, followed by Mason Holmes and then Owen Mailer. If anyone can get on, the number 9 man, Noah Harper, will have a chance to bat here in this second inning. Lefty up at the plate is Ullman, and he looks at one outside. Henson lines and fires in the dirt. Next delivery from Henson, a swinging a fly ball out to the outfield. On the run is Owen in center field. He's not going to get there, neither is Walker. That one's going to go all the way to the wall. And just like the first inning, a leadoff double here in the second inning. This time it belongs to Connor Ullman. So 2 hits in this game thus far for Edwardsville, both of them doubles. Here is Mason Holmes, the second baseman for Edwardsville. And once again, Henson back to the stretch. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul ball back here again. And that one goes way back, a long ways away from my location. Henson peers into peril, has his sign. Checks his runner, brings it, and a chance. Oh, that went right past the glove of Sterneman. I think he got a little blocked out there by the umpire on the flight of that ball or the path of that ball. And all the way into second base on the throw to third was Mason Holmes. So we'll give him a single. He takes second on the throw. And third base belongs to Connor Ullman. And back-to-back hits have put runners now on second and third for Owen Mailer, the left fielder. Mailer bats from the left side as well. Here's the pitch. Outside, just missed, and it's a little high. 1-0 over on the other field, too. Edwardsville leading the Lady Trailblazers softball team. But Edwardsville in jeopardy here of tacking on more runs here in this second inning as Mauler fouls one near the Trailblazers dugout. 1-1 the count. Runners at second and third. No one down here in the second. Henson's in a little trouble trying to work out of it. Here's the pitch. Inside. Nice block there by Peril. Carson Peril. Henson ready to pitch to him. Here it is, swinging another foul ball. This one's heading to the kids over there playing some soccer off in the distance. Nice number of fans have traveled here from Edwardsville. Another nice size smattering of fans along the outfield fence out there. Next pitch is on the way to Mailer. That's a little low. Henson winds and fires, swinging a slow roller down the third base line. That's foul. Next delivery from Henson to Mailer on the way, swinging another foul ball. Mailer up there battling. Runner at third base, Connor Allman. He reached on a double. Mason Holmes singled and went to second on the throw to third. And now here is Mailer with another pitch, and this one's a little floater out to the outfield on the run, and making the catch is Walker out there in left field. 1 out. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Noah Harper, the right fielder for Edwardsville. Had my camera set up perfectly where you could see no chain link, and then one foul ball into the screen, and it's ruined. Here is Harper. Pitch on the way from Henson. Strike called. Leadoff man Lucas Kress, who has scored the only run in this game thus far, waits on deck. Henson brings the next one. This one just misses the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 1-0 in favor of Edwardsville, top of the second inning. Henson from the stretch checks his runners and brings it home. That one stays a little high. 2-1. Henson brings another, and this one's a foul ball. It's going to stay in the park, but Donaldson gives it chase down the first base line and can't get there. I control my GoPro from my phone, but right now it's saying it's not connecting to my phone, so I'm trying to get it to zoom in a little bit and maybe get rid of those chain links, but that's not working. There's a screaming foul ball right over the head of the on-deck batter, Lucas Krebs. I don't want to mess with it too much. I'm afraid I'll end up turning it off. Or something. Next pitch on the way, and a swing and a chance for the second baseman right into the glove of Hunterbringer. He throws to first for the out. Coming in to score on the play was Ahmed, and it's 2-0 in favor of Edwardsville. RBI ground out. 4-3 for out number 2. Back to the top of the order, and Lucas Krebs. Krebs doubled and scored in the first inning. First pitch is in the dirt. Next pitch from Henson to Krebs. On the way. Strike on the outside portion of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mason Holmes made it down to third on that RBI ground out by Harper. And the next pitch on the way to Krebs outside. Top of the second, 2-0 in favor of Edwardsville. 2 outs here in the second. Henson ready for another to Krebs. Here it is. That stays. Ooh, hey, catches the outside corner. 2-2. Henson brings it. That's in the dirt. Nice stop by Peril. Full count. The runner at third and 2 outs. Braden Henson. A little extra work here in the second inning. Checks his runner and brings it, and it's inside, ball 4. And now runners on the corners. That's the first walk issued by Henson. And Krebs has been on base both times. That'll bring up Bryce Pryor. Pryor reached on an error that allowed Krebs to score. And on the error, Pryor took second base and stole third, but was stranded. So runners on first and third, 2 outs. Here's the run, and a pitch is high. Runner goes down to second base. Catcher's indifference. Didn't even think about throwing down there. Has a runner at third he was more worried about than that runner at second. Henson ready with the next to Pryor. Here it is. Low and outside. Two and 0 the count to Bryce Pryor, the pitcher, for the Wildcats of Edwardsville Middle School, Lincoln Middle School. Henson winds and fires outside. Bryce Pryor digs back in from the right side, and the right-hander Henson from the stretch brings it home. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Bases are loaded. Holmes is at third. Krebs is at second. Pryor is at first. And here is Joe Shiroto. Shiroto flew out to the shortstop. Sterneman, his first time up as we have time called. Little meeting on the mound, trying to get the pitcher squared away. Last check, Cardinals were winning the first game of a doubleheader by a score of 10-2. And that's a final. Cardinals won 12-2 with the nightcap coming up soon, if you want to call it a nightcap. Late evening cap, if you will. Conversations are all over. Henson's ready. Here's the pitch. Swinging a slam base hit right in between second and first base. And that is going to get 2 runs home. And Edwardsville now leads by a score of 4-0. That was a hard hit, screaming line drive right through first and second. 2 RBI single. As Holmes and Krebs come in to score. You're the best, man. A little high for that pitch. So Pryor's down at second. Shiroto is on over at first. And Tyler Powell is the 8th man to bat here in this inning. A strikeout victim his last time up. Runners go. Both of them do. And outside called a strike. So each runner moves up. And the next pitch on the way to Powell. Swing and a miss. Three runs home in this inning. One in the first. That makes it 4-0. And here's the next pitch outside, and not swinging at that outside offering was Tyler Powell. Trying not to strike out 2 times in a row is the Edwardsville first baseman. Hinson needs one more strike to get out of this inning with no further damage done. Here's the pitch. Stays high. Hinson checks in, looks at his runner at third, brings it home, swinging a high fly ball. This one's going to be out of play. That's behind the Edwardsville dugout down the first base line. Oh, yeah, that's the ticket. Kevin Moore hooks me up with a nice cold Mountain Dew. Here's the next. Swinging a high fly ball to the outfield. It's going to be in foul territory, but on the run and not being able to get there was Walker. So we'll do it all over again. Just a long strike. Hinson ready with another. Here it comes. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen again, and again my camera moves. Not much this time, though. Hinson trying to wiggle out of this second inning jam. Already 3 runs home. Next pitch on the way to Powell. Instead, Hinson steps off. Four runs on 4 hits. Here's the next. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes for the second time in a row is Tyler Powell. And that puts an end to the inning. But in the inning, 3 runs come across. All 3 of them are earned on 3 base hits. There was no errors committed and 2 runners left on base. We head to the home half of the second inning. And Edwardsville, they're now out in front by a score of 4-0.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
Once again, welcome back to Collinsville Middle School. I am Todd Duke. We are at the baseball field where Edwardsville leads Collinsville Middle School 4-0 over on the softball diamond. And it's the same kind of result, just a little bit worse, as Edwardsville leads in the softball department 7-0 after 2 innings. And there's a little poke right up the middle by the leadoff batter here to start off the second inning, and Devin Walker So the Trailblazers got their leadoff man on in the first inning and left him second base after a stolen base by Lucas Owen. And now Devin Walker picks up Collinsville's first hit, and that'll bring up Renzer Hartman. And now Holmes is on the mound for Edwardsville. There's a fly ball. That's in a little bit of trouble. Mailer tries a diving, sliding catch with it, but it just barely missed his glove. And the first two have reached here against the new pitcher, Holmes. Mason Holmes. Pryor, he and Holmes just switched spots. Pryor's now at second. Holmes is on the mound. And back-to-back hits by Collinsville gives the Trailblazers something going on. Here is Braden Hinson. And he takes one over the lower half of the plate, strike one. Hinson was 0 for 1 in that game against Millstadt, but he had a couple of walks. Runners on first and second, no one out. Right-hander Holmes brings it, and this one's inside. And getting out of the way was Hinson, or Holmes is pitching to Hinson. Holmes in a little trouble here in the second inning. From the stretch, checks, kicks, pitches. Swinging another shot right up the middle. This one is going to bounce and then get past the center fielder, Schmidt, as the base runners were almost holding up there. One run's going to score, and here comes they're going to hold him up at third base. Good thing, because he would have been a dead duck at home, would have Hartman. So Walker comes in to score. RBI single for Hinson. And over to third base is Hartman, down to second base after the ball got past the center fielder, Schmidt, which is an error. Puts runners at second and third, and nobody down here for Collinsville. 3 hits in a row, swinging a fly ball. This one might drop into no man's land. Nope, this time on the move is Schmidt, and boy, I tell you what, he fires a strike into home just in case. Renzer Hartman was thinking about tagging up from third base. So Hunterbringer becomes the first out here in this second inning. That'll bring up Brody Martinez. Martinez bats from the left side. Played second base in that game against Millstadt we did. There's a swing and a tapper back to the pitcher. He bobbles it, throws home, and out at home plate is Renzer Hartman. I think he might have slid under the tag, and the ball was there in plenty of time. But when the ball's there in plenty of time and the runner comes in from third base, 9 times out of 10 he's going to be called out, even though I think that he may have slid underneath that tag. So Martinez reaches base on the fielder's choice. Over to third base goes Hinson, and there's 2 away here in the inning. And back to the top of the lineup in Lucas Owen. Pitch to Owen inside. Runner Martinez takes off and heads down to second base. Catcher wanted no part of that. Owen walked and was stranded at second his first time up. Next pitch on the way from Holmes. Swinging a little foul tip. Stays in the glove. 1-1 the count. 1 run home. Two outs, runners at second and third. Holmes is ready to Owens. Inside, make that Owen. No S on the end. Owen. Next delivery is high. Holmes ready with another. Here it is. Swinging a slow roller that's scooped up by the shortstop, up over and OUT. So started off with 3 base hits with nobody out for Collinsville, but they can only push 1 run across. As we head now to the top of the third inning, it's a little bit closer anyway, as Collinsville picks up one of those tallies and gets one back. And we're back with the top of the third in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business. Whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the K-Hawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Once again, welcome back to Collinsville Middle School here at the baseball field. My name is Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Trying to give you some little sports entertainment here in the world of COVID during the shutdown of most high school sports in Illinois. Football, volleyball, and soccer all have been moved to spring, so we're excited to bring you a little middle school baseball, give you a future look at the K-Hawks of the future coming up in the next year, 2, 3. Leading things off, Alex Schmidt. He was the only one that did not get on base in that second inning or did not get a bat in the second inning. So he leads things off here in this third inning. And Schmidt grounded out to the second baseman, Huntbrinker, his first time up. Here he is leading off the third. Pitch, swinging a bouncer back to the pitcher, and Hinson initially dropped it, picks it up, and throws him out at first, one away. That'll bring up Connor Allman. The designated hitter doubled and scored in that 3-run second inning. 4-1, top of the third. Edwardsville has the lead. Allman, the lefty. First pitch from Hinson, a foul ball down the first base line. We will, I believe, have the same thing going on next week. Softball game and a baseball game here on Tuesday against Highland. Next pitch, outside. And for those of you wondering where our podcast is this week in K-Hawk Nation, well, we ran into some difficulties. We, of course, had the little COVID shutdown of the schools for the first couple of weeks coming back to school, so couldn't do anything. This one's inside. And now we're trying to figure out how to do it without wearing masks, because I don't think anyone would like that. I don't think that watching folks talk with masks on is very much fun, and talking with a mask into a microphone is a little muffled. Ow, that hit the umpire in the ankle. So we're still kind of working out the details, but in the meantime, we've got some sports to bring along to you for the middle school, and that will run for the rest of this month. And then come October, we're going to have to figure out something. Next pitch on the way to Almond. Ball 4. Third walk issued by Hinson. He has 2 strikeouts. Both of those strikeouts were against Tyler Powell. Here is Mason Holmes, who singled and scored his first time up. pitch. Throw down to second, and that is not going to be in time. That was a much better throw than the previous ones have been, so Almond with a stolen base. Next delivery on the way, outside. Henson brings the next to Holmes. Swinging a little, excuse me, off the end of the bat and all the way out into left field where Walker comes up with it quickly, and he holds the runner on over to third base. So first and third, one out. Fifth base hit on the afternoon for Edwardsville. And that'll bring up the other lefty, Owen Mailer. Mailer flew out to Walker in left field his first time up. Henson. Base runners. Every inning so far against Henson. He's been working from the stretch a lot. Double play gets you out of this one, though. Henson looks into his catcher, Peril. Ready with the next pitch to Mailer. Here it is, outside. And this one gets away from Peril, and coming in to score without a throw is going to be Almond. And that is a passed ball. And that makes it 5-1. Also moving down on the play was Holmes to second. Mailer, 2-0 pitch, taken high, 3-0. One out. Runner at second, one run already home, and now we have 2 runs on. 2 walks in the inning. 4th walk issued by Henson. And now runners on first and second for Noah Harper. Harper grounded out to Huntbrinker in his first at bat. Another one of those might result in a double play to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Outside. Next pitch on the way. Just a little bit outside. Ball 2, 2-0. Henson brings another one, and this one's a shot to the shortstop right underneath the diving Sterneman's glove. Into the outfield it goes. Everybody moves up a base, and the bases are going to be loaded for the leadoff man, Lucas Krebs. So bases all full of Wildcats once again. Holmes is at third. Mailer is at second. Harper is at first. Henson has to bring it to Krebs, and again, a double play ends this one. Ends the inning. That one stayed a little high on the off-speed pitch. Nowhere to put him. I don't think that's Krebs. Strike on the outside portion of the plate. That is number 27. That's Logan Porter. Porter looks at one outside. Base is all full of Wildcats. Next pitch to Porter. Swing. He swung at a high one. And that is out number 2 in the inning. Third strikeout for Henson to go along with his 4 walks. And that brings in another new batter. This is Evan Pointer outside. So Krebs is out. A double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Swing and a miss. Pryor is out, reached on an error, walked and was stranded both times. Did have a couple of stolen bases while he was in there. And Hinson, 1 strike away from getting out of this inning with just the 1 run scored. Swing and a miss. Oh, sorry, I thought it was 0-2. Now, a strike could get this inning over with. Nice pitch by Hinson. Took a little off of that one. Next pitch on the way. Outside. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Middle of the third over on the softball field, and Edwardsville leads 10-0. Next pitch, swinging a foul ball out of play. Somebody's going to have to work to find that one. That one took a bounce and went into the woods. 2-2 the count. Hinson trying to get out of this inning by getting Pointer, and he does. Gets him to swing at a high, hard one. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning, but another run comes across for Edwardsville as we head to the home half of the third inning, and it's now 5-1 in favor of the Wildcats, with the Trailblazers coming up to bat next.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
We have all kinds of changes going on here for Edwardsville, but we'll try to fill them in as we go along. Their coach brought me over the list, and I just took a picture of it. I didn't have time to digest everything, but we'll try to figure things out as we move along here. We are in the bottom of the third, and Collinsville trails by a score of 5-1. Carson Perro leads things off. Swing and a miss. On the mound is Danny Story. Story pitches high and outside. For Carson Perro, he flew out to the right fielder, Harper, his first time up. Looks at one high. 3-1 the count to Carson Perro. Collinsville trailing by 4. We're in the bottom of the third. Swinging a slow roller down the third base line, but foul. The only measurement we have on the outside fences is down the first baseline where it says it's 260. Not sure about the rest, and there's a walk to Peril, and Collinsville has had the leadoff guy on in every inning thus far. Only the second walk issued by Edwardsville pitching today. As Elijah Verning comes in as a courtesy runner for the catcher, and here is a Braden Donaldson. Donaldson was a strikeout victim his first time up, got caught looking. And he looks at one on the outside corner for a called strike one. Story checks on his runner and steps off. Bluffs a throw. Back in there safely is Verning. Story ready again. This one stays high. We're in the bottom of the third. Collinsville trails 5-1. Pitch, swing and a miss, and a throw down to second base as the runner was off, and safe is Verning. That was close. Second stolen base on the afternoon here for the Trailblazers. Story brings it, and this one's a little high over the head of Donaldson to make the count go to 2-2. Collinsville has a runner at second. They need more. No one out here in the bottom of the third. And another one that sails over the head of Donaldson. And a full count now on the Trailblazers' first baseman. Story looks into his catcher and brings it in. It stays high. And Donaldson collects a walk. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Third walk issued today by the Edwardsville pitchers. And here is Henry Sterneman, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. He and Donaldson back-to-back strikeouts to end the first. So the Trailblazers have a chance. There's a strike on the outside portion of the plate to Sterneman. Story from the stretch. Brings it. Stays high. 1-1 the count. Runners on first and second. Nobody down here in the bottom of the third. 5-1 in favor of Edwardsville. Collinsville has had base runners in every inning. They've had chances. This one is popped straight up. Story from the pitcher's mound calls it and takes it for out number one. That brings up Devin Walker. Walker singled and scored the only run thus far for the Trailblazers as the sun pops out here. Got clouds all around the area, but the sun found a way. Bluff throw to second base. Back in safely is the pinch runner, Verning. And the next pitch from Story to Walker, swinging a foul ball down the third base side. Porter is now at shortstop. The Edwardsville players do not have numbers on the fronts of their jerseys, so I have to wait for them to turn around before I can figure it out. Unless I want to look at my phone, which is hard to do in the sunshine, to try to figure out that picture I just took. On the mound, we know that's Danny Story. Runners at first and second, one out, swing and a miss at a high fastball by Walker. And he's in a 1-2 hole. Runners have their leads, one out. Pitch stays high, 2-2. Renzer Hartman waits on deck. One out, after the first two reached via the walk. Next pitch to Walker, swinging a foul ball back over our heads here into the thick grass. Curry still stays behind the plate. So that's one defensive change that I don't have to make. 2-2 the count, 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the third, 5-1. Here's the pitch. This one goes behind Walker. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Stays high. 3 walks in the inning have loaded the bases. Verning at third. Donaldson at second. Walker down at first. Here is the lefty Renzer Hartman. Hartman singled his first time up. And the pitch, swinging a foul ball. Hartman trying to move his friends along. Bases full of Trailblazers and only 1 out. Story ready with the next to Hartman. Here it is. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1. Swinging a foul ball. Stayed in the glove, though, of Curry, the catcher. A little foul tip. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Inside, gets away, and it bounces right back to the catcher. Turns around and throws it to Story, but not in time. And Peril comes home on the wild pitch. Everybody moves up a bag as well. So Donaldson is down at third. Walker is over at second after Verning comes in to score. And a chance again, though, for Hartman to add on to it. Pitch stays high. Next delivery. Swinging a foul ball back to the fence again. And again, the camera gets a little bit of a shake. Full count. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball out to the outfield. That one's heading right for the outfielder. And hauling that one in left field, was Tyler Wolf. 2 outs in the inning. Tell you what, Hartman tagged it. And here is Braden Henson, the pitcher, outside. Nice grab there by Curry. Keep that one from going to the fence. Henson singled in the run on the second inning, the first run of this game for Collinsville. Pitch, swinging a foul ball again. Henson looking for something to drive here. Next delivery, swing and a miss. Big cut there by Henson. And the next, swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Henson, and that does end the inning. But Collinsville does pick up one more run, and they did so without picking up a hit. No errors committed in the inning and 2 runners left on base. We head now to the top of the 4th inning, and Collinsville gets one of those runs back. Instead of 5-1, it's now 5-2, in favor of Edwardsville, and we will be right back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Once again, welcome back to Collinsville Middle School. I'm Todd Duke. Glad you're with us here on this Thursday afternoon, September the 10th. Lucas Owen now pitching for Collinsville. And I believe they just swapped out positions, and Hinson is now in center field. And that is indeed the case. And here, to lead off things, Andrew Brown. Brown taking the place, and a base hit right up the middle. Seventh base hit on the afternoon for Edwardsville. And now up to the plate is Cooper Zimmer. That just sounds like a baseball player's name. Cooper Zimmer. Runner at first, nobody down, and Owen from the stretch, as has been most pitchers here this afternoon, throws one low. Owen checks on his runner, Brown. Here's the pitch outside. Two and 0 the count. As Owen steps off. Owen pitches. Runner goes. No throw. Fourth stolen base on the afternoon by Edwardsville. Needs to bring it to Zimmer, does Owen. This one's low and outside, ball 4, so the first two have reached. Fifth walk given up this afternoon by Trailblazers pitchers. And all kinds of new players coming in here. This is Landon Sadowski. And a foul ball back to the screen off of the bat of Sadowski, taking the place of Alex Schmidt. Schmidt grounded out twice while he was in there. $13 to nothing in favor of Edwardsville in the fourth inning over on the softball side of things. So unless the Lady Trailblazers can get something going on here, that's going to be a shortened game. High fly ball. This one is on the infield. Infield fly rule was called, so that's an automatic out. Runners have to stay put. One away, double play can end the inning, and up to the plate is Nolan Curry. Well, I just screwed up this whole scorecard, that's for sure. Over to first, out. I've been writing down all these names on the Collinsville Middle School side of this page. Oh, well. No turning back now. Whatever. No, somewhere along the line I messed something up here. Oh, that's right, Curry was not batting. That time he did. I'm like, why am I all messed up here? Story swings and, oh, nice stop. Almost was able to tag out the runner. Was the third baseman Hayden over there. And a little infield base hit by Story. And that puts runners at first and third. Strike called. And the next pitch from Owen. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen once again. Oh, and this is Jackson Weaver who's batting. You think this is easy keeping up with all these changes? You come out here and give it a try. I dare you. Oh, Owen ready with the next. Runners on the corners and two away. Swinging a high, lazy fly ball. Walker is underneath it and has it for out number 3. So, we head now to the bottom half of the 4th inning, and Collinsville has some work to do when we come back from this timeout here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Bottom of the 4th inning is where we are, as Edwardsville scored a run there in that half inning. off of a couple of base hits. No errors committed, and there were 2 runners left on. We're in the bottom of the 4th now. Collinsville needing some base runners, and they've had base runners in every inning. Matter of fact, I think they've stranded 5 altogether. 1 in the first, 2 in each of the last 2 innings. Here is Tyler Huntbringer. Second baseman flew out to the center fielder, who back then was Schmidt. I have no idea who it is now. So it'll be Huntbringer, Martinez back to the top of the order, and Owen. And another new pitcher here for Edwardsville. Zips that one in there right around the face of Huntbringer. And the new pitcher is Andrew Brown. There are so many scratch marks on my scorecard, I can't keep anything right now. Next pitch on the way to Huntbringer. Swing and a miss. All kinds of defensive changes going on almost every inning with Edwardsville, so makes my head spin. Outside and high. Three and 1 the count to number 12 for CMS, Tyler Huntbringer. Next offering on the way. In the dirt, he walked him. Collinsville has had the leadoff man on in every inning of this game. 5th walk issued by Edwardsville pitching. And that'll bring up Brody Martinez. Brody reached on a fielder's choice. Stranded at second in his only other at bat. Pitch outside and high, and it gets away, and down to second base will go Huntbringer. And ball just ticked right out of the glove of the catcher, Curry. Martinez would love to get on base and move the runner over. The lefty's ready. The big, tall righty Brown is ready. Brings it in. A little inside. 2-0 the count. Next delivery on the way. That one's a strike on the outside corner. Next pitch. Bunt attempt by Martinez, and he fouls it up into the screen, and it ricochets all over the place and comes right back to home plate. Two and two now the count. And the next delivery to Martinez. Swing and another foul ball. This one's out of play. Cardinals won the first game against the Tigers today, 12-2. They are in the middle of the second inning in the second game, and no score. Next pitch to Martinez. Stays high. Full count. Martinez awaits the payoff delivery. Here it comes. Stays high, ball four. Back-to-back walks that put the first two runners on here for Collinsville. And now time called by Edwardsville. Little meeting on the mound going on. Back to action. Lucas Owen, top of the lineup. 2 runners on, nobody out. And Lucas has walked and grounded out here today. Brown in a little bit of trouble out there on the hill for Edwardsville. The righty delivers. And the umpire says he went around. 1-1 the count. Next pitch on the way. This one almost nicks the top of the helmet there of Owen. Runners on first and second. Huntbringer down at second. Martinez over at first. Both of them are there via the free pass. Chance for Collinsville to dig back into this one. They trail 6-2. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Scheduled for 7. That's a strike called. 2-2 the count. As Brown climbs back up, throws it, and a swing and a miss. And a strikeout of Lucas Owen. This is the first out of this inning. 3rd strikeout of this game by Edwardsville pitching. Make that the 4th. And a swing and a foul ball down the first base side, but out of play off of the bat of Carson Perrell. Carson flew out in the first inning, walked and scored in that 3rd. Collinsville couldn't get anyone across in the first. Got one across in the second, one across in the third. Here we are in the 4th. Runners on first and second, 1 out, and a pitch that if the screen wouldn't have been here would have hit me. Runners move up on the wild pitch. So now runners in scoring position with 1 out for Carson Perrell. Brown's ready with the next delivery. Here it comes in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher, but this time Huntbringer and his coach Zach Corey down there at third base decide to just stay put. Runners on second and third, 1 out. All up to Perrell right now. Here's the next offering from Brown to Perrell. Stays high and tight. 3-1 the count. Braden Donaldson waits on deck for the Collinsville Middle School Trailblazers. Brown brings it. And a foul ball out of play. Into the rough. Three and two, full count. Only 1 out, so the runners will not be off and running on the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. This one's in the outfield. This one's got gap written all over it. It's a 1 bouncer, nice backhand out there by the right fielder. But 1 run is going to score as Huntbringer comes in from third base to make it a 6-3 game. Martinez over at third, and on first base with a RBI single is Carson Perrell, but he's going to be pinch ran for by Verning. That'll bring up Donaldson. Brown ready to bring it to the Collinsville first baseman. Here it is. Inside, called a strike. Runner goes, and they bluff throw down to second. Throw over at third, and they call him out. I tell you what, the umpire is all the way in between first base and second base. Made that call from a long way away. Nobody agrees with it that's wearing the maroon colors out here. But picked off a third is Martinez. As that play goes 2-5 for the second out. And instead of runners at second and third, we just now have a runner at second. So it's up to Donaldson to keep the inning alive. He swings and fouls 1 out of play. 2-2 the count. Brown ready with another to Donaldson. Here it is. Just outside, Donaldson held up. Full count. Brown ready again. Donaldson has to scoot out of the way. 2-2 the count. Donaldson has struck out and walked in this game. Officially 0 for 1. Pitch. In the dirt. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Donaldson after that strikeout in the first inning. And that'll put runners at first and second for Henry Sterneman. Sterneman has struck out and popped up in this game. A little base hit here. May score another run. Pitch. Outside. Well, they threw the ball down over to first base, and Donaldson fell asleep over there and got picked off. So Sterneman will have to wait for the next inning before he'll get a chance at another bat. So we head now to the top of the 5th inning, and Edwardsville leads Collinsville by a score of 6-3.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud K-Hawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place World Champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
And a big thank you to my friends Mike and Chris over at Code 3, and they would like me to remind you about their new podcast called Meet America. And that's not M-E-E-T, that is M-E-A-T. We're talking about meat. We're talking about brisket. We're talking about steaks. Oh, they talk about all kinds of stuff on this show. It's a podcast called Meet America. You can find it on YouTube, and don't forget to check that out if you want some good grilling tips as the summer season of outdoor cooking winds down. And number 22, that is Tyler Wolf. Wolf batting for the first time for Edwardsville. Facing Lucas Owen, 6-3. We are in the top of the 5th. Pitch to Wolf, swinging a foul ball out of play. $13 to nothing after 4 innings over across the way on the softball field. That's in favor of Edwardsville. Next pitch to Wolf from Owen. Outside. Porter in the on-deck circle. He came in last inning. Next pitch to Wolf. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 1 out. Back to the top of the order. And Logan Porter. Porter struck out his first time up. 5th strikeout on the afternoon for Collinsville pitching, which has been a combination of Owen and Henson. Pitch to Porter, called strike on the outside corner. Owen's ready with the next to Porter. Here it is. Swinging a shot right back to where it came from. A couple of bounces into center field, and Hinson is up with it. And Porter reaches with a one-out single. Here comes Pointer. Sorry, I didn't mean to slurp my soda like that on the microphone. Happens sometimes. Pointer struck out his first time up as well. Bluff throw over to first base, and Porter is back in there. Next is outside. Nice job there by Peril. That one was flying outside. And another bluff throw over to first. Porter, no throw over there, but he's got the uniform dirty. Looks like he's been busy. As Owen works from the stretch once again and brings it home to Pointer. Runner goes. It's outside, and Peril does not throw. So that erases the traditional double play. Pointer steps back in. One out, runner at second base. He's checked on by Owen. Here's the pitch outside. I know, man. My camera's been bouncing all over the place here today. Every time that ball gets slung back to the screen, it moves everything. There's a strike. I started off the game with no chain link in the view whatsoever. But that is not the case right now. Need to find a way to get that thing stationary. Fixated. Affixed. Ball 4. That'll put runners on first and second with only one out. Owen in a little trouble here with one out. That one stays inside. I believe this is Elias Gilmore up to the plate. Pitch, swinging a shot down the third base side, but foul. Yep. Gilmore. So Brown only got one at bat. He singled home singled and scored. 1-1 the count. Runners on first and second. One out, top of the fifth. That one stays outside. 6-3 in favor of Edwardsville. We're in the fifth inning. Scheduled for 7. Collinsville looking to pick up win number 2 on the year. They came into this contest 1-9. Pitch high and swing and a miss there by Gilmore. Owen checks on his runner at second, brings it home, swinging a chance for the shortstop for 2. Into the breadbasket, over to second base. That's the only play they'll get. As Pointer was erased. 6-4 for out number 2. Gilmore reaches on the fielder's choice. Over to third base goes Porter. And here is Connor Zimmer. Zimmer, in his only plate appearance thus far, walked and was left over at third base. So runners on the corners and 2 outs. Most of these pitchers all day long have been working from the stretch. There has been base runners all afternoon. Swinging a high fly ball. On the move is Hinson in center field. He'll stop running, and that ball falls a little short, and one hops right to him. Run comes in to score to make it 7-3. as Porter crosses the plate. Gilmore down to second, and Zimmer is over to first with an RBI single. That's Sadowski. He grounds the ball over to third base and just under the glove of Hayden, and the bases are going to be loaded. So Gilmore to third, Zimmer down to second. Sadowski is now at first. And here is Curry. Curry, the catcher, is the only one that has not changed positions or batting order. He's the catcher, and he continues to bat in his own spot. (19-0) was the final score over on the softball field. Collinsville loses that one. They're in a tight one here, though, 7-3. And the pitch is called a strike to Connor Ahmed. Or Curry, excuse me. Curry was not batting. Ahmed was the DH, but now Curry is batting, and this is his second at bat. And his first at bat resulted in a ground out to the second baseman, Huntbringer. Bases loaded, 2 outs, though. Nowhere to put him. Owen needs to come home to him and get this guy out of here. Pitch. Outside. 1-1 the count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bluff throw over to third base. Strike called. One more strike and Owen can get out of this inning. Next pitch, there's a slow roller for the shortstop, Sterneman. He is up over with it to first base, and the inning comes to a close on the 6-3 putout. But one more run comes home for Edwardsville on 2 base hits, no errors committed, and all 3 runners left on base. We've been leaving a lot of runners on base here in this contest. We head to the home half of the 5th, where Edwardsville still leads now by a score of 7-3.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience. Choose Lakeside.
Collip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Collip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Collip Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Collip Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Collip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at collipjennings.com.
Back here at Collinsville Middle School, I think I'm just making this camera thing worse, man. I had it perfect when I started this game, and now I just can't for the life of me get this thing set up right. So we're going to try to bring it down. Come on. Cooperate. Come on now. Yeah, well, of course. Man, got my cord caught underneath it, so now I'm going to have to do it all over again. Pitch outside. I don't know how that looks till I get back around here and look at it. Well, it's a little off and it's tilted, and you know what? Deal with it. Here is Sturdman, who was up there at the plate when Braden Donaldson was picked off of first base. Sturdman has struck out and popped up. Have a lefty on the mound now, and that one went behind, and see, there we go. As soon as I get my cameras all straightened out, the ball goes back to the screen. Lefty on the hill is Elias Gilmore. My scorecard looks like a second grader got a hold of it, and somebody said, here, do some homework. Do some homework on your Uncle Todd's scorecard. Bottom of the fifth. 7-3 in favor of Edwardsville. And the lefty Gilmore brings it in, and Sturdman has to get away from another one, but that's ball 4. And Collinsville has had the leadoff runner on in every single inning. So a runner on at first base for Devin Walker. Walker has singled and walked. Oh, there's another almost pickoff over there at first base. Walker singled and scored in the second inning to give Collinsville their first run. Was walked and was stranded in the third. Here's the pitch. Strike right down the middle. Well, I almost got the chain link out of that view, but now my camera's tilted, so everybody's got to like tilt their head to the right when they look, right? Next pitch on the way. That one stays high. 1-1 the count to Devin Walker, with Lorenzo Hartman waiting on deck. He is the DH who has been batting for Carter Hayden at third base all day. Next delivery from Gilmore. Swinging a slow roller to the third baseman. Story, it goes right through his legs and down the left field line. I don't think he really stood a chance at that one anyway. So we'll give Walker a single. Runners on first and second. And that'll bring up Lorenzo Hartman, the designated hitter. Hartman has singled and flown out in this game. Pitch is outside. Sunshine makes appearance again. Gilmore ready with the next. Here it is. Stays low. 2-1. Or 2-0, excuse me. Gilmore now works from the stretch. Checks on his runners, brings it home. That one hits the outside corner for a called strike. Gilmore ready with the next. Here it is. That one hits the outside corner as well. The Atlanta Braves scored 29 runs last night, 1 run away from tying a major league record. And I think the Milwaukee Brewers scored 23? That one's, strike 3. That one stays on the inside, and down on strikes goes Hartman. And that's the 5th strikeout by Edwardsville pitching here this afternoon. Then I'll bring up Braden Hinson. Hinson has singled, has an RBI, and his last at bat he struck out. Runners on first and second. High fly ball into the outfield. Both the center fielder and the right fielder both calling for it, but the center fielder is the one that takes it, and everybody has to stay put. 2 outs. So it's up to Tyler Huntbrinker, the second baseman, flew out in the second, walked and scored in the fourth. It's up to him to keep this inning alive. Pitch, swing, and that ball stays at home plate. Umpire says it's foul. Strike one. Gilmore delivers the next. Stays outside and a little bit low. Sternman at second. Walker at first. 2 outs. Batter is Huntbrinker. Gilmore's next pitch to him. Outside and high. 2-1 the count. Gilmore is ready with another delivery to Huntbrinker. Here it is. Swing and a roller to the second baseman. He boots it. He loses it, but it is picked up over there by the shortstop. How about that? I tell you what, that's some unlucky stuff going on right there as Huntbrinker hit that ball to the second baseman. Second baseman bobbled it, but it rolls right to the shortstop. All he has to do is glove it, and he's standing on second base. And that is out number 3. So nothing doing for Collinsville in that particular inning. They did strand a couple after a base hit and a walk. Well, we head now to the top half of the 6th inning, and it is still Edwardsville in control of this one by a score of 7-3.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Back here at Collinsville Middle School, I am Todd Duke. We have made it to the top of the 6th inning. 7-3 in favor of Edwardsville. Had to do some dusting there. A lot of dust builds up back here behind home plate on this computer screen and everything. So I got my little handy-dandy duster, and we're good. Story is up to the plate. And Owens back out on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Story. Story came in and got a base hit in his first at bat. That was in the 4th. Here we are in the 6th. Pitch, swing and a miss. Seven runs on 9 hits for Edwardsville. As Story awaits the next from Owen. This one stays high. 2-2 the count. Owens next to Story on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Sixth strikeout by Collinsville pitching here this afternoon. Jackson Weaver Takes his second at bat here in this game. Flew out his first time. And looks at one down the middle for a strike. Collinsville has scored 3 runs on 4 hits. Each team has committed an error. And a whole host of runners left on base by both teams. "11 runners left on base by Edwardsville. 8 runners left on base by Collinsville. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a high fly ball back here. And we'll do it all over again. Weaver climbs back in from the right side. And the righty Owen ready to go. Pitch. Swinging a hot shot down the third base line. That's fair, and that's going to roll for a while. Rounding first base, and on his way to second is Weaver, and he'll be in there with a stand-up double. Third extra base hit on the afternoon by Edwardsville to give them now 10 hits in the game. And here is Tyler Wolf. Wolf struck out in his only at bat. 1 out, runner at second. Off-speed pitch stays high. Owen once again works from the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Owen checks on his runner again. Here's the pitch. Swinging that one. Hits the bat and then off of the left shoulder of the umpire. Top of the 6th inning. Edwardsville up 7-3. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Took a little off, did Owen. Wolf was way out in front of that one. Porter waits on deck. 1 out. Runner at second. Pitch. Just missed. Full count now to Wolf. Tyler Wolf wears number 22 on his back. Owen checks on his runner at second base. That's Weaver. And a swing and a miss by Wolf. 2 strikeouts in the inning. 7th strikeout by Collinsville pitching. And back to the top of the order in Porter. Logan Porter has struck out, singled, and scored since he was inserted into the lineup in the 3rd inning. Owen bluffs a throw over to second base. Next delivery. Stays a little high. As Owen is ready with the next to Porter. Here it is. Stays a little too far outside. Owen looks into peril. Has his sign. From the windup, he bluffs another throw to second. Next pitch in. That's a called strike. 2 outs in the inning, runner at second base. Collinsville would like to keep him there. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count to Porter. Logan Porter. Next pitch from Owen, swinging a foul ball out of play. And another delivery coming from Owen to Porter. Stays high, full count. Now, see, normally when we do home games for both the K-Hawk baseball team and the softball team, we're in a press box that is not next to the fence, so that getting your camera knocked around doesn't happen too often. There's a foul ball down the third base side. But, as we all know, this is a strange year. Strange things, strange rules, and we just have to adapt, adjust, overcome, and move on. NFL season starts tonight, and apparently they're going to have fans at Kansas City. Full slate of games scheduled to take place Sunday, but I don't know if any other stadium is having fans except for KC. I don't know. I've kind of lost interest in the NFL this year. I was losing interest every year after the Rams left anyway. Swinging a shot out to the outfield, and tried to get it on that one little short hop out there was Walker. It goes underneath his glove and all the way to the fence. In to score easily is Weaver. On his way to third base, here's the throw, and the runner is out. Nice play afterwards, but the damage is already done by then as Porter picks himself up an RBI double, tries to stretch it into a triple, but he is thrown out 7-5 on the play for the final out of the inning, but the run does score. We head now to the bottom half of the sixth inning, and Edwardsville has tacked on one more run, and they now lead by a score of 8-3.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a K-Hawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' K-Hawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Back here at Collinsville Middle School, I'm Todd Duke. I'm guessing Chris Kettler just left. I figured he would. Over there doing the softball game. I didn't think he was going to come back by over here and hop on and do some extra work. 19-0 was the score of the softball game over there. Collinsville falling to Edwardsville in big-time fashion. Here we are in the bottom of the sixth. And we have a new pitcher. That is Mason Lewis. Whoop. I scratched out Curry because I'm running out of room. We had Brown, Gilmore, Pryor, Story. Lots of pitchers for Edwardsville. Now it's Lewis's turn. First person he will face is Brody Martinez. Martinez tries to bunt, does so down the first base line. This is going to be close. Pitcher picks it up, throws, and that's a nice job over there by the first baseman. That's Max Waltenberger, who came off to the foul side of the bag to pick that ball up, or else that was going to be a lot closer. So the play goes 1-3 on the bunt for out number 1. Back to the top of the order in Lucas Owen. Swinging a foul ball out of play for Owen. Walked in the first, grounded out in the second, struck out in the fourth. So officially just 0 for 2. Eight to 3 in favor of Edwardsville. Getting late here. Pitch is outside, but called a strike. So 0-2 to Lucas Owen with Carson Perrell, the catcher, waiting on deck. Next pitch from Lewis to Owen is high. Well, this is going to be the only inning that Collinsville has not had the leadoff man on. Every inning but this one. Next pitch to Owen, outside. 2-2 the count. Lewis ready again. Here's the pitch. Haven't seen too many pitchers from the regular windup here. Obviously, to start every inning, they are in the windup, but with Collinsville's case, they had a base runner on. The leadoff man was on in every inning except this one, so the pitchers had to work immediately from the stretch. Here's the payoff pitch. That is ball 4. So almost got the leadoff man on, but Martinez's bunt ground out puts a runner at first in Owen, and 1 away, and here is Carson Perrell. Perrell has singled, scored a run, walked, and a fly out in the first. Owen has his lead. Swinging a bouncer right off the top of the glove of the pitcher Lewis. It's going to roll over to second base, and the throw over to first, not in time. Scooped up by Waltenberger, but heads up base running play by Lucas Owen, and he's into third base. And Collinsville has runners on the corners with just 1 away. 6th base hit of the afternoon for Collinsville. That'll bring up Braden Donaldson. Donaldson's going to be pinch hit for. That is Verning, who has come in a couple of times to run. So Verning comes in for the first time, looks at 1 high. Donaldson, while he was in there, was walked twice, struck out once, and also got picked off of first base. That pick off of first base ended the inning with 2 runners on. Pitch, swing and a miss. Runner goes down to second. No throw by Curry. 8-3. Collinsville trails by 5. So, really, the runners at second and third don't mean a lot. They mean a lot to Collinsville because, of course, you'd like to get to within 3, maybe 4 with 1 swing of the bat. That one's a strike. But if you're Edwardsville, those aren't nearly as important as they are for the Trailblazers. Second and third are the runners. 1 out. Pitch to Verning, coming from Lewis. Out. Whoa. Called strike on the outside corner. That was rough. Of course, parents got to say their fair share, don't they? Here is Henry Sturneman. Sturneman is 0 for 2. Pop up and a strikeout, plus he was walked in the 5th inning and was left at second. So Collinsville again has base runners. They've had base runners in every inning. Now we're going to have a courtesy runner for Perrell so he can get on his catching gear. And Sterneman is up there awaiting the pitch from Lewis. Steps off, does Lewis. Now he's ready. Pitch, low and outside. Sterneman ready once again. Pitch forthcoming from Lewis. Here it is. Swinging a foul ball straight back to the screen. 1-1 the count. Runners at second and third for the Trailblazers. 2 outs. Lewis ready for another to Sterneman. Swinging a chance for it to get through the shortstop hole, and he does. Into the outfield it goes. Lucas Owens scores from third base. Down to second is our courtesy runner, and it's an RBI single for Sterneman. And that will bring up Devin Walker. Walker on the afternoon. Singled twice and walked once. Been on base every time. Now runners on the corners for Collinsville. Still 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Strike right down the middle as Sterneman goes down to second base uncontested. Next pitch. Outside. 1-1 the count. Devin Walker with that base hit in the second inning came around to score on an RBI base hit by Braden Hinson. Walker with a chance to add to it. Now runners at second and third. Still 2 away. Pitch. High and outside. Lewis is ready. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul right back to the screen once again. Two and 2 the count. 2 outs. 2 runners on. Devin Walker wants to put a ball in play. This one stays high. It's a full count. With Renzer Hartman waiting on deck. Devin Walker wants to do just that. One of his teammates says, drive him in, please. And here's the payoff. Swing and a miss at a ball that was up high, probably ball 4, and that will end the inning. In the inning, Collinsville gets another run. This time they do it on 2 base hits and 2 runners left on base. As we head now to the top of the 7th inning, getting late. We'll be back to tell you all about that 7th inning in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-632-1010. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville, online at fnbwaterloo.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Welcome back to Collinsville Middle School, 8-4. We have moved along to the 7th inning. Collinsville trailing by 4, and they'd like to get out of this with a nice, easy 1-2-3 inning so they can get back and maybe do some damage in their half of the 7th. And the first batter for Owen to face here in this inning is Henry Vivian. His first bat of this game. Pitch. Stays high and outside. 2-0 the count. Next pitch on the way from Owen. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss on the next one, and quickly we go from 2-0 to 2-2. Owen would like to get the out, and the pitch stays high, full count. Vivian is the third person to bat in the number 2 spot here for Edwardsville. Swinging a pop fly. This one is behind home plate, and unable to get there in time was Peril. I think he lost the ball. Didn't have any idea where that one was. Vivian and swung at that one. Strike 3. 1 out in the inning. Collinsville pitching has struck out 8 here this afternoon. And here is Lewis. This is Mason Lewis. Strike called. I told you that Vivian was the third person to bat in the number 2 spot in this Edwardsville order. Well, Lewis becomes the fourth person to bat here in the number 3 spot. Started off with Shiroto, then Brown, then Gilmore, now Lewis. That one's outside, 1-1. Waltenberger will have a chance to bat next. Swinging a bouncer that goes over the head of the third baseman. And on at first base is Lewis. And that's the 12th hit on the afternoon for Edwardsville. And here comes Max Waltenberger. So a runner on first, 1 out. Owen ready to pitch to Waltenberger, high and outside. Runner has his lead. That's Lewis. Here's the pitch. Owen. Foul ball out of play. Off of the bat of Waltenberger. Verning, by the way, is your new first baseman, taking the place of Donaldson. Next pitch on the way to Waltenberger. Strike called on the outside corner. Max Waltenberger. Next pitch to him. Swing and a poke down the first base line, but that one's foul. So we'll do it all over again. Top of the 7th. Collinsville trailing 8-4. They want to keep that score right where it is and see if they can peck away at it in their last at bat. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen again. And Waltenberger sets himself back in the batter's box from the right side. Owen looks Lewis back over to first. No throw. Now he's back up on top of the bump, and here's the next pitch to Altenberger. That's high. Two and two the count to Waltenberger. Here's the pitch. High pop fly. That's foul behind us. New ball for the pitcher. Owen is ready. Lewis is leading from first. Next pitch to Waltenberger. Low. Full count. Here we go with the payoff pitch to Waltenberger from Owen. It's on the way. Swinging a fly ball out to a little gap out in right center field. Nothing you can do about that. Simple little base hit. Back-to-back base hits by Edwardsville has put runners on first and second. And only one out. Here is Landon Sadowski. Sadowski singled in the fifth and was stranded at second. Strike called. Owen pitches. Swing and a foul ball. That one, I think, went off of the top of Perril's glove and then went off of the shoulder of the umpire. Runners at first and second. One out. 0-2 to the batter. Sadowski. Owen from the stretch. Pitches. High fly ball. Out to the outfield. Walker is underneath it. Out in left field, and he has it for out number 2. And here is the only Wildcat that has played every inning of this game. Nolan Curry. He started off, well, he's been catching the whole game, but he started off not batting as the designated hitter rule was used for the first couple of at-bats, and then he came in. And he is grounded out twice. Pitches high. Throw down to third base as the runner goes, and he is out. Inning comes to a close. Play goes 2-5 for out number 3. And in the inning, no runs come across, and there was a couple of base hits. No errors and one runner left on base. So now we head to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance here for the Collinsville Middle School Trailblazers, and we'll tell you all about it next on the K-Hawk Sports Network. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the area. And the food, all created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials including patio service and curbside pickup. Get yourself a bottle or a growler to go. or dine on their patio where you can hear live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Don't forget about Old Herald's open mic night the second and last Tuesday of every month. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or call 855-8027.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Back here at Collinsville Middle School, I am Todd Duke. Glad you're with us here on the K-Hawk Sports Network, bringing you some middle school sports while we're stuck in neutral in this pandemic year of 2020. All of our high school sports that we normally live stream in the fall, football, girls volleyball, and boys soccer, have been pushed to spring. So we have gotten creative and decided to bring you a couple of middle school baseball and softball games while we can. We'll have another pair for you next week on Tuesday as Highland comes to town. And Collinsville trailing here by a score of 8-4. The girls softball team lost to Edwardsville earlier, 19-0 in 5 innings. And not that I ever want to see anybody lose when I'm from Collinsville and root for Collinsville, but we need to hurry up because mosquitoes are starting to get a little antsy out here, and I didn't even think about bringing any spray. At any rate, we are leading things off here. And a swing and a shot right back to where it came from, right off of the bat of Renzer Hartman. And 1 pitch, 1 out. I didn't mean it literally, guys. Here is Braden Henson. Henson, 1 for 3 on the afternoon with an RBI single in the second. Gave Collinsville their first run. Pitch on the way. Strike called on the inside corner. Tyler Wolf. I think he's like, what, the 7th pitcher? Grounder to the shortstop and up over an OUT, and I think that's, what, 3 pitches and 2 outs? That'll bring up Tyler Huntbrinker. Huntbrinker on the afternoon is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. His other at bat was a fly out to center field. All right, Collinsville down to their last out here. Here's the pitch from Wolf, and everybody's swinging. A grounder to the second baseman, and that's the way it ends. That was the quickest inning we have had all afternoon here, and it brings our afternoon to a close as Collinsville falls here tonight by a score of 8-4, and they drop their record to 1-10. But I'll tell you what, they battled back, and they battled hard in this one all day long. They had runners on base all afternoon and just couldn't get the key hit when they needed to get some more runners to round the bags and head on home. So that's going to do it for us. Thanks to Chris Kettler, who brought everybody the game on the Facebook page that the girls softball team lost 19-0. Here, 8-4 was the final score as Edwardsville defeated Collinsville, and we are back at it Tuesday as Highland comes to town to provide the opposition. And until then, my name is Todd Duke, and you all have yourselves a fantastic rest of your week, and enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you Tuesday.